Okay, so this is an instructional video on how to correct the exposure on a photo when it's underexposed. Now there's a lot of different ways you can do it. What your main goal would be is to use as much of the color and light that's already there so the computer doesn't have to put it in itself. So I'm going to start off by, as you can see, I have a picture here of Chris Martin in our class. He didn't really give me permission to use it, but this actually, so I'm going to use it. Basically, I'm going to start off by, I'm using Lightroom, so I'm going to start off by bumping up the exposure a little bit. As you can see, it's really dark. So this basically is the computer doing it by itself. So I'm going to put it down a little more, just so I don't have as much fake additives in the photo. The computer likes to add its own stuff in, but I really want to bump up the clarity as well. Make sure the photo is really crisp. But what I'm aiming at doing is really using, like right here it says exposure on this side of the screen, and I'm going to use that manually, bump it up to really balance out the white in his shirt to the white in the background. As you can see, there's more light on his shirt, so you really can't match the two whites, but you really want to find that balance. You don't want to wash his face out, and you want to really keep it balanced. And as you can see, the photo kind of has its own vignetting. A vignetting is basically a black faded border around the entire image. It's in a lot of photos. It really has a nice effect. If you do it correctly, if it's done wrong, it is not a nice effect. So yeah, this photo, luckily, it was taken at the ROM and the lighting was basically set up. I thought it was a perfect shot. Turned around, took the shot. Could have turned out better. The lighting was a little off, so I'm going to use in Lightroom here to fix that. I'm going to add a little bit of fill light. Fills in the background a bit. I don't usually use recovery. It adds color into the gray, and I don't really need to bring that up that much. Blacks, maybe slowly. But basically, this photo turned out pretty well. One thing you always want to fix is if I go down here to my lens correction, which is right, actually, yeah, lens correction. Enable profile corrections always, because what your lens does is it is a convex lens. So basically it always disturbs your photo a little bit. Not that noticeable, but just a little bit. And then what we can do here is we're going to change the sharpness. So this right here is a graph, and I'm going to use this little thing here, and I'm going to put it right over his face. And the one thing in the photo that you want to be the most crisp is his eyes, or the subject's eyes, the main thing that you want the person to look at. And basically I'm going to sharpen that right up. And the photo looks pretty good. So again, the main three things you want to do to a photo is make sure it's balanced, make sure the sharpness is not overdone, and if you want to add creative style to it, add a vignetting. Don't overdo it. If it's overdone, it's really noticeable. Thank you.